Welcome back to Sports Talk ATL. I am Chase Earl, joined by Jake Gordon and Alex Lord. The left field situation is getting a little murky. Eddie has been very bad over the last month. There's no doubt about it. Jake, you wrote something about extending Kevin Pillar on the site. Go check it out, sportstalkatl.com. It's a good article. I agreed with it. I think they definitely should consider it. I don't think they're going to go out and swing big. I mean, I hope they go out and try to swing big for Ohtani, but let's be realistic. It's probably not going to happen. And trading for Soto when he only has 1 year left on his deal, very unlikely. Maybe they go try to upgrade in some other form, but if they just wanted to run it back, pick up Rosario's option, it obviously depends how he finishes this season and get and re-sign Pillar. I could see it. Even re-sign Pillar if they pick someone up and upgrade him as a bench bat. But regardless, this is more about should he be getting more starts in left field moving forward. He's actually starting today for the Braves. If you've watched already, he got the start. I think this could be a trend moving forward. I don't think he should be the permanent guy by any means, but hey, let them switch back and forth. You get his defense in the game. You get him some more at-bats. You get him more comfortable. And if Eddie gets hot again, you know how Eddie gets. He's the streakiest player in baseball. He's been this way his entire career. So once Eddie gets hot, he plays every day. If not, let Pillar get some at-bats. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because one of the things I said I really liked about Kevin Pillar, I was like, well, there's a lot of lefty options, on the market. I said, I don't think the Padres are going to trade Soto, probably because they're going to go into next year and kind of be like, fresh slate. We're not going to be as bad as we were last year. We're still a contender.
And they have money. Like they can just sit in.
Yeah. And a name that I thought was interesting was Cody Bellinger. And then I looked, and Cody Bellinger has like insane reverse splits. He has like a 350 average against lefties. So I was like, all right, well, okay, maybe, Eddie, I was like, Eddie's probably not that great. He only has like 30 plate appearances, but Eddie's hitting like 350 against lefties. So, but still, that wasn't my main point. My main point is he's still a good guy to have around, mainly because if you need a defender in a pinch, which kind of sounds stupid to have a pinch defender, but if you got a situation late, we've seen him come up with some big hits this year. He's had some clutch moments. He shouldn't really cost that much money. And I think he'd be a decent price for a backup outfielder.
I think it's pretty funny that Chase was like, yeah, I know we all want, a big splash Ohtani. No, you're going to get a Kevin Pillar 2-year, $8 million deal, and you'll be happy about it. I love Kevin Pillar. The guy runs into walls, hits bomb. I like Kevin Pillar.
Dude, he fits the Braves mold too.
He fits the Braves.
He's a clubhouse guy. Like every time you see him interviewing, he's like, dude, I'm just staying ready. And you know what? He is. Every time he gets in there, he's doing
he
some
does
good
something
things.
good. Yeah.
And I do think it's funny that people are clamoring that he should start full time, because I'm like, a lot of these guys, you see them in a pinch and they make a good play. But if you went out there and you started Kevin Pillar every day, you'd be like, wow, all right, this isn't that good. Give me Eddie back. Like that. Like you got to understand, like the only guy that in recent memory for the Braves where we found out the other way was Orlando Arcia. I was like, if you saw him play every day, but now we're seeing him play every day and he's been great. But that doesn't happen every time. That doesn't happen every time.
It should just be a straight up platoon. I mean, I think we're at that point where Eddie's been so bad that we just need a straight up platoon him. And it's not like Kevin Pillar's defense is much better than Eddie's, but the people who are complaining about Eddie's defense, if Eddie was hitting, it wouldn't matter. Like the Braves would play Eddie every single day. It doesn't matter what he does in the field because it's not that big of a deal. He might be, below league average, but he's not terrible.
Eddie's defense is actually so overblown. He is dead even and outs above average. He is a league average defender. And people act like sometimes he makes a play where you're like, what the hell? There definitely are those. He kind of looks awkward out there. His arm isn't great. Like I get all that. And Pillar is definitely a better defensive player, but Eddie Rosario is not. Oh, like they act like he's Marcell Ozuna out there. Like it's not.
You remember those days?
Yeah. Like like they act like it's Marcell Ozuna. I mean, one thing we could bring it up while we're talking about it. A guy, and I've already said he's not going to be a left fielder and stuff, but he's hitting the hell out of the ball as Vaughn Grissom. I've been adamant on him not becoming a left fielder, but like the way he's hitting the ball though. I mean, dude, I think he went 3 for 3 yesterday, and he's hitting like 340 or something on the season. Like he's hitting the hell out of the ball. It's like, I don't know where he could fit in on this team going forward, but I'm starting to think they need to find a roster spot for him. I don't care if it's off the bench as a potential pinch hitter, or maybe they bring him against the lefties. Cause Kevin, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like,
that's the problem though. Yeah. I mean, it's just the fact that you want to get him consistent at bats every day.
Yeah, but I'm saying later in the season. Like I'm saying
yeah.
in September when they extend the rosters, like he has to be one of the guys that comes up. And that's what the point. Like I think he's gotten enough at bats this season. Like we know what Vaughn Grissom is. He's a very good offensive player. His defense leaves a lot to be desired, but I think they got to find a spot for him on this roster and give him some at bats down the stretch in September and see if he can hit and see if they can do something with him, because I think he could be a bat that's very advantageous come the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know why the left field thing just hasn't happened already. It feels, I mean, you're not going to change him in the middle of the season. Obviously, that's maybe an off-season thing.
I think it's just the future. They want him to play shortstop.
Yeah,
so
but like
they need it. That's, I think, more important than his at-bat reps is his defensive reps at shortstop, getting them those reps, because that's where he needs to improve. I know.
I don't know. Or is it like
Arcia's been so good. It's like, how could you, like, I don't even know. The Vaughn Grissom thing is so frustrating because I just don't know where he's going to play. And he's really, really good. And it's like, that's why they didn't trade him for Chump. That's why they didn't trade him for a rental, because he is really good. But I don't know, like, where does he fit in?
Honestly, like, if Marcell Ozuna's contract was up this year instead of next year, at least for the option, it might be DH. Which is kind of crazy to say about a player.
If he could get
some
power,
the thing is with the Braves, that's the thing that it doesn't really matter. Is like traditionally DH power, traditionally outfield power or left field power. But like this Braves lineup is so powerful that it's okay to be non-traditional in that way, where like the only way he fits is DH and he's a contact bat. I don't think that's crazy to just, go against the grain, go against the, flow. I think that could work.
If he can have an 800 OPS plus, or more than that, he can be my DH. Like at that point, yes, he's a contact bat. The power. I'm just thinking, what is he as a major league player? Is he a 750 guy with that contact back? Obviously, he's over 800 in Gwinnett, but it's the major leagues we're talking about. So, but if he can be, over 800, he can be my DH. I don't care if he's hitting singles, doubles, whatever it is. And I still think, he's got a big frame and we've seen him crank the ball. I still think there's potential to become like
22 years old.
A 20 home run guy in the league. But I think that's the big question. I mean, it's frustrating, where does he fit in? Because he is so talented and he's just ripping the hell out of the ball. And he's a great clubhouse guy. And he's
good problems.
Yeah. There's a lot of good problems to have with the Braves.
Yeah.
And yet,
that's what we're complaining about.
People want to scream and complain and all this crap. And you know what a good problem to have is Matt Olson over Freddie Freeman. I know I like to argue about it, but that's a good problem to have. We got that guy. We're going to talk about him after the break. He had some great things to say on Part of My Take.